On March 23, 2015, the tranquil suburban neighborhood of Vallejo, California, awoke to a shocking 911 call. Aaron Quinn, a physical therapist, reported an unthinkable crime. In the dead of night, an intruder had broken into his home, blindfolding him and his girlfriend, Denise Huskins, with blacked-out swim goggles. The couple was drugged with NyQuil to subdue them. Then, the man abducted Denise, forcing her into the trunk of a white Mustang before speeding off. Disoriented and terrified, Aaron found himself grappling with what to do. Hours later, he made the call, pleading for help. He had no idea that the nightmare was only beginning. When the police arrived, they didn't offer the comfort or assurance Aaron had hoped for. Instead, their skepticism was immediate. They questioned why he had waited to call and why his story sounded so elaborate and strange. Details like blacked-out goggles and NyQuil didn't align with the officers' expectations of a typical home invasion. Their suspicions only grew as they searched the house. Aaron, still shaken from the night's events, was too dazed to defend himself effectively. The police began to suspect that this wasn't a kidnapping at all, but something more sinister, a crime orchestrated from within. To them, Aaron's behavior seemed off, and they wondered if he might be responsible for Denise's disappearance. Meanwhile, Denise's whereabouts were a mystery. For 2 days, there was no trace of her. As law enforcement pressed Aaron with questions, the media caught wind of the story. The narrative took a darker turn. Could Aaron be hiding something? Was Denise a victim or a willing participant in some strange plot? The lack of evidence and the bizarre nature of the case fed public curiosity, and Aaron's life unraveled under the glare of suspicion. Then, out of nowhere, a breakthrough came. Denise reappeared. Alive and unharmed, she surfaced in Huntington Beach, nearly 400 miles away from Vallejo. Her sudden return should have been a moment of celebration, but it only deepened the mystery. When Denise shared her story, it was every bit as harrowing as Aaron's account. She described being held captive, fearing for her life, and enduring a terrifying ordeal. But to the police and the media, her story seemed implausible. Questions swirled around how she managed to escape, why she wasn't visibly injured, and why her captors had let her go. The comparisons to the movie Gone Girl were almost immediate. Reporters speculated that Denise had faked her own kidnapping, possibly with Aaron's help, in an attention-seeking stunt. The term real-life Gone Girl became the media's favorite tagline, and public opinion turned against the couple. For Aaron and Denise, the media frenzy was a second form of victimization. Already traumatized, they now faced an onslaught of criticism, ridicule, and doubt. Denise, who had endured hours of captivity and psychological torment, was forced to defend her truth publicly. Aaron, labeled as a potential mastermind behind the hoax, faced a community and a legal system that seemed determined to blame him. But as the couple stood together, refusing to back down, they began to push for a proper investigation. Their perseverance would eventually lead to a stunning revelation that would vindicate them and expose the real culprit behind the crime. The break in the case came months later, when a suspect in a different home invasion led investigators to uncover the truth. Matthew Muller, a former Marine and Harvard-educated lawyer, was arrested for attempting another bizarre home invasion. During the investigation, police discovered evidence linking him to Denise's kidnapping. Muller was no ordinary criminal. He was a calculated predator, using technology, disguises, and psychological manipulation to terrorize his victims. Among the evidence was Denise's stolen property and emails Muller had sent, which corroborated her and Aaron's accounts. The case against Muller was undeniable, and the true story of what happened that night began to emerge. For Aaron and Denise, Muller's arrest marked a turning point. Their names were cleared, and the narrative shifted from skepticism to horror. Muller eventually confessed, pleading guilty to federal charges of kidnapping. In 2017, he was sentenced to 40 years in prison, providing some measure of justice for his crimes. However, the couple's struggle didn't end with Muller's conviction. The scars of being dismissed, mocked, and doubted by the police and the public left a lasting impact. Their story became not only about surviving a harrowing crime, but also about surviving a system that failed to believe them. In the years since the ordeal, Aaron and Denise have worked to rebuild their lives. They found solace in their love for each other and in their shared mission to advocate for victims' rights. Their story has become a powerful example of the importance of listening to survivors and challenging the assumptions that often cloud investigations. They speak out about the damage caused by public and institutional doubt, hoping to create a system that treats victims with empathy rather than suspicion. The case of Denise Huskins and Aaron Quinn is a stark reminder of how quickly victims can be misjudged. It challenges us to confront our biases and to understand that truth is often stranger than fiction. Their fight for justice was not just about proving their innocence, but also about reclaiming their dignity and humanity. They have turned their pain into purpose, becoming voices for those who cannot speak for themselves. Today, Denise and Aaron's journey serves as both a cautionary tale and a source of inspiration. They remind us that even in the darkest moments, resilience and love can light the way forward. Their story, once overshadowed by doubt, now shines as a testament to the power of truth and the enduring strength of the human spirit.